So I think I need to talk about change. I want to talk a little bit about why I started making YouTube videos. It's not like I've always got to be in front of a screen. I don't take selfies very often. It's not anything about that. I actually don't like the video camera. And I remember when I was in school and we had to do stand-up book reports. This is the way it is, okay? There's something about being in front of people and them listening that just, for a lot of people, I know probably more than we can count. There's more people probably that don't like to be in front of a camera than there are the people that do. So either way, I remember being in school and having to do those stand-up book reports. And I would read my book, and it would be my turn to get up and talk. And I remember that, like, say the teacher said, well, it needs to be at least 3 minutes long, or however long it needs to be. And I would get up there and literally I would be sweating, and I would try to make it as fast as I could, my book report. And then, sometimes they would be like, well, that wasn't long enough or whatever, and then I'd have to add more details or talk more about it, and it was just petrifying. But then, this is what I'm examining. One of the things I'm examining about myself is then I would go home or, talk to somebody else about the book, and I couldn't shut up about the book. I would want to tell somebody all about the book that I read, all the details, and, anybody that knows me really close and personal knows that I can make a real short story really long. So, when I started making these videos, the very first time, I wanted to overcome that stage fright or that fear of speaking in front of people. I don't know what that's called. Stage fright. That's what I call it. There's a shyness about me when it comes to that, but there's also a part of me that is very bold and unafraid to say what's on my mind. Okay? So, I don't know what to do with that, but that's just the way it is. So when I started making videos, I think it was back in 2013 or 14 or something like that. Well, my reason for that was to overcome. Okay? Sometimes I have to do something that I don't like to do so that I can overcome that fear. And so I started making videos and trying to talk about what God has done in my life. Like reaching out, like to people that I don't even know, because the people around me, probably have heard enough, of me talking and talking and talking and the details and all that. So anyhow, I started doing that back then. Well, a couple people that I knew were close to me. I told them about it, and I got criticized. It really was really difficult for me the first time to take that criticism, because I was already battling the stage fright of doing it in the first place. Okay? Well then, the struggle comes. I had criticism and people making jokes about it and this and that, so I shut it down. I just thought, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. Okay? Well, then the second time, I decided to go ahead and do it was because I was really feeling drawn that somebody needs to hear are going through. That's why I watch YouTube videos. You know, I started watching YouTube because I was looking for answers. I was looking or listening and wanting to, sorry about these roads, they're horrible, horrible roads going into Indiana. But anyway, they're working on them. It's going to get better, I guess, because they got construction going on forever and a day. So anyway, I started making my YouTube videos again because I realized how much it was helping me to listen to other people's testimonies and listen, you know, to real life situations. And, you know, not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody wants to find reality in life or whatever, you know, whatever is going on here. But it's like God was saying, you know what, it doesn't matter, it's your testimony, okay? And God's word says that we overcome by the word of our testimony, okay? It's what we go through. It's what God does for us, okay? And so when we become so firm and solid in that, knowing what God does for us, that's when we really begin to help people, the ones close to us. You know, we don't have to always preach to them. We don't always have to be on, you know, on social media. We don't always have to be in front of a camera, because God is everywhere. He's watching everything we do. And when we're encouraging people just with our own life, that's pleasing in God's sight. So it's not about pleasing men, because not all men or humans are going to be pleasable, because we can't please everybody. We're not supposed to. Okay? But so I decided, you know, with, you know, a lot of prompting and a lot of hearing encouragement from other people, because I need a lot of it, okay? I'm like a baby. It seems like all the time I'm learning to crawl again, or I'm learning to walk again. We go through these step-by-step things, and we grow more, and then we got to go through a period of, well, we need help, and I don't always like asking for help. I really don't. I would prefer to do it by myself. But anyway, it's okay. It's okay to ask for help, because if I wasn't being encouraged by other people, you know, it's like, how do we get through life if we're not being encouraged by somebody, you know, wherever it comes from? Okay, God has his hand on us, and that's how he does it, is through each one of us helping each other. Okay, so even if you're not asking for help directly from someone, God sends people in our lives to help us, even when we're not asking. So, I guess really what I'm saying here is, we gotta always be examining ourselves. I'm examining myself a lot lately. A lot of changes have happened in my life this year, and in everybody's life. It's not just me. I'm just talking about mine for now, because I'm not living anybody else's life but my own. And so my YouTube channel is going to be all choppy, and just like my life, you know, my life is in pieces right now, and I have to take one at a time, and I have to examine myself, okay? And not that God is judging me, like condemning me, judging me. Of course he's going to judge me, but he's not shaming me, and he's not condemning me, and he's not being a hateful father to me. He's a very loving father, and patient and kind and graceful, and in all of his ways with me. And I enjoy talking about it. I really do. And sometimes I feel like I'm reaching over the table, you know, like, have you ever been sitting at the table? Well, when we used to sit down and eat dinner at the table at my house, we would pass the main dishes around, and so everybody would take a turn. Well, one of the things that my grandpa really did not like, he did not like people reaching over each other's plates. He would just say, wait until your turn, and then we would have to wait, you know, didn't reach in for condiments and do like that. The proper way to do it was to ask, would you please pass the salt? Would you please pass the pepper? Would you please pass the gravy? You know, like that. That's what we did. And so I was taught that reaching over in front of somebody was rude. And so sometimes I feel like that when, I guess maybe this is just me and my thoughts, but sometimes when I'm making a video or when I'm thinking about making a video, I feel like I'm reaching over the table to the people that I'm close to. I'm really close to some, you know, of my family and stuff. It's really a big part of my life. And so when I'm making a video, I feel like I'm reaching over them to reach somebody else by video, by, you know, people I don't even know. I don't even know who watches my channel. When I'm at home, I know who's listening to me. Okay? And so that's one of the changes I'm examining with myself, is that I don't want to reach over the table. I want to be personal with those that I love, just like Jesus was. Jesus was personal with everyone that he came in contact with. And there's some times that he went away. He would go away so that he could spend time with the Father. And he didn't want to be front and center. He didn't want the crowd to just always take notice of him. He wanted people to know God. He wanted people to be able to enter back in the presence of the Father. And so he would go away sometimes and say, no, don't worship me. Know the Father. You know, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. You know, that kind of thing. He doesn't care if we're always in front of people preaching and all that stuff. He doesn't care about that. From my experience, he wants us to be more personal, because it is. He wants us to walk beside him and trust him and learn from him. Okay, so the only way to do that is in a personal relationship with anybody you're with, is to get to know them, is to spend time with them, right? So I've also, I don't even know how long this video is going, but anyway, I'm driving, I'm rattling on. But anyway, I just would like, you know, I would like to be able to bring my experience into more reality by the way I'm experiencing it with God. I don't even know if that makes sense, but the things I'm learning when I'm examining myself, by the help of my kids too. My kids are wonderful about showing me my faults, okay? My kids are good at, you know, gently letting me know that there's things about me that I could change. And who would you rather hear from? Somebody you love or somebody that you don't know? Okay? God's merciful with me, let me tell you, because I'm not always the most pleasant person to be around sometimes, because I'm always dealing with stuff up here. You know, because I don't want it to come in here. I want to get my stuff straight in my head so it doesn't come into my heart. I don't want a bitter heart. Nobody does. I don't think anybody wants to be bitter. I think that that's something that really is God's job. Okay, God wants to deal with our bitterness. Okay, we have a hard time dealing with our bitterness. Trust me. So, anyway, one of the ways my youngest daughter, has tried to help this breaking away the stone. That's what I thought. You're breaking away the stone, bringing laughter into my life. Because I'm really pretty serious about things all the time, and that's not always a good thing. Because what I find myself doing is I take things so serious that I start worrying, or I start getting depressed, or I don't trust God. Okay? So one of the things, like I said, was Snapchat. Okay, I know there's all kinds of garbage on Snapchat, but for me, it's been a really good outlet for laughter, and I can handle that. I love comedy, and I love being, I like seeing things from another perspective, and so I may share some of my Snapchat episodes. Let's call them episodes, because sometimes I get an episode where I will become sarcastic, but it's not because I'm making fun of people. It's because I'm trying to deal with the stuff up here in a manner that is healthy and not harmful to me or anybody around me. And so I've done a couple of them just for fun. But my channel, I took my name back. My name's Bobbi Jo. I don't even like saying my name, but I'm gonna have to get used to it, because I've been called a lot of different names. Okay, Lady Trucker was a CB handle name that was given to me back in 2016, or no, it was before that. It was back in 2010, I believe. Yeah, somebody gave me that name, and I liked it, because I never considered myself to be like a lady. Okay, I've never been called here. I've been told I'm not ladylike, but that's okay, because God is making me a lady. Okay, God is bringing me up to be a lady. Lady Trucker, whatever. But my name's Bobbi Jo, and I'm gonna have to accept that. So what's the other change? Oh yeah, I made my videos private. Because there's a lot of changes going on, I want to examine myself properly and with God, and so I'm saving them. I didn't delete them, but I'm saving them for my kids, and I hope to be more real with my videos whenever I do make them, because I do have a lot of revelation and a lot of people that I would like to reach. I would like to reach out to, because there's a lot of things going on that people are causing people to worry and fear, and live in fear, and causing sickness. You worry yourself sick. There's a reason why we've heard that. We've heard not to worry yourself sick, because that really is what happens. You worry yourself sick, or you can believe God for healing. Okay, there's one or the other, and it's like, for myself, I'm really believing God for healing, because that's what His will is for us, is that we would be healed. Okay, so I want God's will for my life, not my will for my life, because my will can sometimes cause me to worry if I'm doing it right, if I'm saying it right, if I'm looking right, if I'm not being too serious, if I'm being too funny, or someone thinks I'm being sarcastic and rude, or I'm just not relaxed enough, or whatever. All that stuff is just my own. Okay? God says His ways are not our ways. So when we're doing things our own way, obviously it's going to be stressful, okay, because we're not resting and trusting Him. And so I'm learning to really trust Him. The more I worry, the more I want to trust Him to take away my worry. Okay? So I hope everyone's having a good day, and I'm very excited and happy for you, Mark and Amy, that you are healing, and I thank you, Lord, for healing our land and healing your children. Father, thank you for your blessings, and thank you for every place and every person that you give us so that we can share our testimonies and overcome these things that we get stuck in. We get stuck in our own heads, in our own lives, and our own worries and stuff. But thank God we can be free from that. Okay, whether it's listening to each other or just encouraging somebody, even if it's by social media, because I guess that's what we're doing. We're reaching out so far out now. We're reaching out to find encouragement, because sometimes there's people that can't find encouragement in their own family or in their own lives, and I'm one of them. So that's why I reach out. I reach out to find encouragement, and I reach out to be an encouragement, because we need it. Okay? I hope you guys can have fun, enjoy life a little bit, relax, and laugh about things that, if it's funny, laugh at it. Okay? Laugh about it. Okay? If that helps you, something, there's a lot of things that I've been laughing about that I don't even know why I'm laughing, but some things are just bizarre these days. So just laugh about it for now, because it's going to get better. Okay? Things are going to get better. Oh. Okay. Time to enter the construction zone again. So, hopefully we'll talk soon, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.